on. There's something which is going on in the legal sphere of this country. It is very fascinating. Now, for years and almost over a century, the only path to be a lawyer is to go to the Ghana Law School, Ghana Law School, and your service or Makola. Then you get and you join a law firm. That is it. University of Ghana, Lagos, UPSC, KNUST. These universities cannot offer a law course. And I want to mean call her lawyer. But then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, one of his campaign messages, before he became president of winning this particular 2024 elections, he's going to desensitize, forgive I didn't get the English word, but he's going to break down the whole system, okay? The whole bureaucracy system. You have to go to the Ghana Law School to be a lawyer, Hong Kong, whereas we have even better or more competent universities, who can equally and which can equally give you the pathway to become a lawyer. So because of this, a law have passed. Now, some law are passing, law now passing our parliament. It is finally stripping all the friend is saying, say if you are person lawyer, baby I also could makolano. Law no abane those kind of things. Now the law actually allows the other universities can also teach these law courses. Now before I watch a video, no show the whole screen, so I'll say Parliament passes legal education reform bill to abolish Ghana School of Law monopoly and decentralize professional legal education. So as I'm saying, before I be a lawyer, you have to just go to the Ghana Law School. Now, some monopoly, which means now other universities like AFSA, Legon, KNUST, I think GIMPA, UCC will be joining in. Now, you can share a video of when this particular bill was passed and even what Mahama Ayariga, what he had to say about this, because this was definitely a campaign promise by the National Democratic Congress. And frankly speaking, they have been able to do just that. In the Mahama Ayariga, who happened to be the majority leader of Parliament in some of the two, the legal education bill, it was passed overwhelmingly in Parliament.
Let me thank colleagues for their industry and the work, the diligent work that they have done to ensure the enactment of this bill. Mr. Speaker, let me also congratulate the Attorney General and Minister for Justice for bringing the bill and successfully shepherding the bill through to the point of enactment. Mr. Speaker, this was a major campaign promise of the National Democratic Congress. And as has been typical of the National Democratic Congress, promises made are delivered. We've made promises and we are delivering on those promises. We promised law students that if they voted for us, we will carry out reforms that will ensure equity, fairness, and access to legal education. We have today successfully passed the bill. We believe that this is the dawn of a new era, where all students will be fairly treated. Whichever law school you go to, whichever law faculty you attend, all of us would end at the doors of the National Bar Examination. All of us, whether you went to Lagos, or you went to UDS, or you went to UCC, or you went to Winneba, wherever you went to law school, we will all end at the same place, which is the National Bar Examination. And it is there that lawyers will be determined. This is a promise that the NDC made, and we have kept the promise, and want all to witness that we have kept the promise.
So this was in Sema Mahama Ayariga or the Tuja. But far from that, too, Afayama Kings also got up to speak. remember, so his fraction in Parliament, which is the minority, they also made some uphills and they raised some concerns too, but ultimately joined in passing this particular legal education reform bill. Now he got up to speak up and said Mahama administration promised a lot of things. Now one of them is this particular legal education reform bill, which have passed over 1 million, which means our lawyers, they won't just come from Makola, they will come from Ghana School of Law, practice near the other. But then lawyers will not just come from there. Lawyers will come from all the corners of the country, UDS, UCC, Legon, KNUSC, every part. Now, Afanya Markins, sorry, so fine. This particular bill that passed, but then the NDC also promised to, if anything, have the women's bank, by reforming the women's bank, also have the 24-hour run economy. Also, they promised that they will end source sourcing. Yes, still we've not seen anything, and now the NDC actually pushing to make sure that all of these things will come to fruition. In Tienko Tia in Sama Afanya Markins, or this when we come back, we continue with this particular update.
Mr. Speaker, indeed, the bill was introduced by the learned Attorney General, and the chair of the committee, together with his ranking and members of the committee through the industry, shepherded the bill and brought him to the House floor after the referral was made to them. All of us have participated. This is not a bill that identified with a particular party. I concede, indeed, that they made it a campaign promise. I concede. And I'm happy that as leader of the House, he is sharing the success story of his government. What else can a leader say when he has succeeded in making sure a thing like this has happened? Mr. Speaker, however, they equally promised that there will be women banking. Mr. Speaker, that they were going to set up a bank for women. Mr. Speaker, we're done with year 1. Year 2, we have not seen the women bank. 2, Mr. Speaker, they said that when they come into office, they would introduce 24-hour economy, 1 job, 3 shifts. Mr. Speaker, they said that even if you are weeding at night, they will give you torchlight to weed. Mr. Speaker, again, they said that as for source sourcing, they will never do source sourcing. Mr. Speaker, the president spoke about source sourcing at the manifesto lunch. When he got into this chamber for the SONA, his first SONA, he talked about no source sourcing. The second SONA, some few weeks ago, he again said no source sourcing. The majority leader himself, at the dispatch box when he was closing the debate on the SONA, re-echoed no source sourcing. But today, we know that they are the apostles of source sourcing. Mr. Speaker, they also said that in their government there will be no family and friends. They said there will be no nepotism. Mr. Speaker, they said that contract will be open. Today we know that at the presidency, the deputy chief of staff has been awarded a so-so contract, 11 million by Gold Board. This they said they won't do. Mr. Speaker, so I'm reminding them that the very things they said they won't do, they are doing.
All right. So in same way, and a year after your markings edit to. But then let's look at this particular thing here. We share first here was the Parliament of Ghana has officially passed the Legal Education Reform Bill, marking a major shift in the country's legal training system. The law removes the Ghana School of Law's long-standing monopoly and allows the accredited institutions to offer professional legal education, as I said earlier. The reform is expected to ease admission pressure, expand opportunities for law graduates, and improve training quality while ensuring strict regulation and consistent standards are maintained across all institutions through strengthened oversight nationwide. So it's not like the Ghana School of Law right now, they are becoming ineffective. It's more like they are going to oversee all of these schools are more practicing law. It's your thesis, your project work, the examination, the score marks, they will basically have to be part of it and scrutinize it to make sure you guys are doing the right thing, that we are having the quality of lawyers pour into our system. So that is exactly what is really going on. But then one fraction of people at the Ghana Law Society Students Association, that's the JLSSA. Now, according to them, one person said this particular bill, it was a long time coming. They really needed it, and finally, we share the whole screen. So I will say appreciation message, and this came just the 26th of March 2026. I'll say, on behalf of the Ghana School of Law Students Association, that's JLSSA, I extend our profound gratitude to Honorable Roxanne Nelson Eche Kwame Dafiamako for his exemplary leadership and unwavering commitment in championing Legal Education Reform Bill 2025, eliminating in a successful passage of Parliament today, 26th March 2026. The bold and historic achievement marks a transformative moment in Ghana's legal education landscape. The end of the long-standing monopoly of the Ghana School of Law signals the beginning of a more inclusive, accessible, and progressive system, one that creates expanded opportunities for aspiring legal professionals across the country. As students and future members of the bar, we deeply appreciate the courage in driving the reform and your dedication to advancing fairness and equity within our legal education system. Your actions have not only addressed a long-standing challenge, but have also ignited renewed hope for thousands of law students. This is indeed new dawn. This is indeed a new dawn, and we are proud to witness the benefit from this defining moment in our nation's history. Thank you for making or taking this particular bold step. So here, they are thanking Honorable Roxanne Dafiamako for passing into fruition. I mean, everyone is saying that this is definitely good, because honestly, what this does is it actually erodes the monopoly Ghana Bar School or more. If you don't understand exactly what I'm saying, imagine the whole Ghana University of Ghana in the university was so called for them to cut admissions because they can't employ 100,000 students at a go, which means they can't admit 100,000 students at a go, which means admitted maybe 20,000 because the university doesn't have the needed resources and space. So because of that, they'll be doing a whole lot of cutoff. In fact, or mark +1 -1 krana ebe with him. But then because we have various universities in this country, University of Ghana and university, what happens is that we are able to have a lot of universities and equal opportunities without the University of Ghana having a cutoff point. So that is exactly what really went on and what is really going on in regards to the Ghana School of Law. It is something very, very good. So that is exactly what is really going on. We're very much happy. Concerning this particular issue, what do you think about this whole issue? At the end of the day, let us know in the comment section.